Hi there, Alec from Vacuum Spot. Today I've got an Electrolux Ultra Active ZUA 3861P. The customer is saying that the machine isn't picking up, and I had a real brief look, and the problem these brushes just aren't even spinning. I can hear the little tiny motor inside here whizzing away, so what we're going to have a look, see if we can figure out what the problem is. Okay, now because I can see there is an absolute pile of muck in here, there is a chance that the brush roller is just jammed. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of things. Firstly, on the end of these, it is possible to break off these teeth. If that happens, the little motor inside here, this little spinning part, doesn't have anything to drive on. But in this case, those are fine. It's fine here. I'll just double check without the brush, so I'll just see that if there's any action. Okay, so I can hear the motor, but this isn't turning, which leads me to think that what we've got here is a belt which is stripped. These particular machines have a toothed belt, and it can happen that after things get jammed, or you suck up the edge of the carpet or something like that, that causes the roller to stop pretty suddenly, you can start to wear the teeth down on the roller, on the belt, sorry. I think that's going to be the case. But let's just see. So you're going to need Torx number 20 screwdriver for this job. Okay. Now, okay. What you've got to do, once you've got those 6 screws out, there's a little catch just about here somewhere. You just got to, just release that. It just, okay. Then our lid comes off. Okay, now here you could actually replace pretty much anything. So if you've got a faulty circuit board, it's just a simple matter of taking that off. You can end up with these concertina rubbery bits. They can collapse, so you can just easily access any of that from here. Now, what we want to look at is inside the end here. Now I can actually see, oh, look at that. The belt is not only stripped, it's actually broken. So, let's now, we've got to take this motor assembly out. There's a little catch here, so I've just got to pull that aside. Now, it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm just trying to think if there's something else I need to release. Have a look. Oh, I think, do I need to remove this? Sorry, just thinking out loud here, I don't need to. Okay. I am forgetting something though. Oh, no I'm not. It's just a little stiff. Okay. Be aware here, this little square brassy looking bit, that does come off, and it's fairly easy to do so. Well, oh, there we go. So it will go back together without that, but the whole thing will move slightly, so when you're putting it back in, that's got to go into a little guide spot. Now I thought this might have been the case that it was a belt, so I happen to have one here ready. Okay, so I think from memory you put it on the small roller first, and then you kind of just put it on the top, and it needs to spin around like so. It is tight. Okay, so that now is on there just fine. Okay, this little terminal connector has just come off while we were playing, showing you that. Just going to put that back on. Okay, now what we've got to do to get this in place, okay, we've got, oh, actually let's have a look at this. Here is the guide rail for our little brass square thing. I've got to drop that in so that it's in there nice and smooth. I'm also just being aware that I've got to get these little wires to go down under at the same time. Awesome. Now this needs to come just a tiny little bit. There we go. So that's clicked into place there. The motor is sitting nice, and our wires for the motor have to go down there. I'll show how I can show you. Just underneath there, your wires have got to sit neatly tucked away. Otherwise they'll get in the way of the suction, but we've got to put those down. So they're just in their guide rails. Oh, and there's one here. Normally you wouldn't need to move these around. It's only because I'm trying to give it a little bit better access so you can see. Okay, so that's all in. That sits in like that. Now this little guy, I totally forget. Oh, here we go. He sits. It's the other side. He sits there. Okay. Right. Now we'll connect. This little connector here is for the blue lights at the front of the machine, so for your little headlights. Okay. Now this one has decided to come off his mountings. There. Okay. Okay. So that there needs a bit of a squeeze so that you've got no gap along here. Back on with our screws. And we'll be giving that brush a bit of a clean before we put it back in. I like this head. It's far better than the earlier version, the one that came before it on the twin clean. All the parts are available for this. Dead easy to repair, and it works pretty damn good too. So I think these are the pick of the power heads around at the moment. They're pretty good. Okay, now let's give this brush a clean, then we'll put it back to inside here, and we'll just double check that it works. Okay, that's not perfect. I'll give that another go later, but it was just taking too long. Okay, so to refit, we're just going to drop this in. There we go. Make sure we've got a nice seal across here and test. So that is working perfectly now. There we have it, that one is fixed. So that ended up being how to change the belt on an ultra active power head. Another simple video from Alec at Vacuum Spot.